MTN, 30 years on.
30 years.
30 years.
3 decades of building a very sustainable business.
Providing connectivity to Africans.
A significant player on the African market. A giant, really.
When MTN started, like most MNOs, it was there just to connect. And then it actually grew a persona, kind of like this rebellious teenager that said, I'm gonna do it.
Suddenly, MTN introduces amazing rental packages so anyone can afford to use a cellular phone to get the better connection.
It was one of the first companies to come out of South Africa to actually have an African footprint that is meaningful.
We are of the belief that everybody deserves the benefit of a modern connected life.
Really taking the passion of connecting Africa.
Truly catalyzed changing lives on the continent.
It had the heartbeat of Africa, and you just wanted to be part of it.
30 years on, what we see today.
I think MTN has achieved remarkable work.
Not many companies achieve what MTN has achieved.
The total number of customers closing in on 290 million.
Operating in 18 countries.
The amount of jobs it's created, direct and indirect.
We have developed skills and competencies in talent across these markets.
Making differences in the life of ordinary citizens across the continent.
Coming from Africa, doing something for Africa. Africa being the reason we're in this makes it very different and very special.
When you live in countries where MTN is operating, most of the time MTN is the largest company.
And we talk about how much we contribute to different economies.
Understanding that Africa needs investment in infrastructure.
Firstly, starting with a listing of the 4 markets, Uganda, Rwanda, Ghana, even Nigeria. It actually talked to, what we mean by localization.
Basically bring in so many people into earning some of the benefits that MTN has been able to generate. For me, again, just sort of showed where MTN has come over the last 30 years.
I joined MTN because I thought that MTN was the best entity to drive financial inclusion within Africa.
From providing financial services to provide services to the unbanked, I find that inspiring. I think that that's going to take us into the future.
The other thing that I think comes to mind is the partnerships that we are building. We're bringing a lot of products and services into the market. We continue to build our Momo financial services. We have now well over 60 million active users.
The largest fintech platform in Africa.
But also what we do in social responsibility and also in ESG.
No matter what MTN faces, there's always this belief that we will get through it. I love the resilience. I love the solutioning, the collaboration, the can-do attitude.
That can-do attitude actually shone through all the 30 years.
I think that in itself, it's a very, very rich purpose for us. And you see it in the people.
People who are passionate about the ambition we have, the vision, and are working tirelessly every day to make it happen.
It's incredible what MTN has done. I feel very proud to be part of this family.
I don't know what MTN is going to be in the next 30 years.
I don't know if I can visualize the next 30 years, to be perfectly honest with you.
We've done so well in the past 30 years, but now we are entering to a new era.
Just like its past, MTN has to be a catalyst for the next phase of transformation on the continent.
It has the same role to play, but with different challenges.
Telecommunications, the industry landscape has changed.
And as MTN, we are committed to playing our role to driving digital solutions that drive Africa's progress forward. And we believe the digital economy is going to be the fastest way for Africa to realize its potential.
We are building our infrastructure business, building digital services
to drive a new hockey stick of entrepreneurship and financial inclusion.
When we say people deserve the benefit of a modern connected life, we mean we will be relentless in our pursuit to make sure that an opportunity is open for every African.
We have, in many respects, the most attractive youth and demographic profile.
By 2050, the most young people in the world will be sitting on the African continent.
A very young population that is going to drive consumer demands and the growth of our continent and the world over the next 30 to 50 years.
Every day, I'm here to develop leaders that will change tomorrow. Leaders that will actually solve the problems of Africa in an African way.
I feel really proud. First of all, to be an African, but to be an African that's working for a company like MTN that's really been that transformational engine for the continent, giving us hope for the future.
That's who we are. You know, that's what we're about. And I think that's who MTN is today and why we are what we are and why we are a success on the continent.
But I think let's keep going. The future can only look brighter for us.